If you film yourself or you want to, you already know this. Solo filmmaking is hard. It's awkward, you overthink everything, and most of the time the footage doesn't even turn out the way you want it to look like. And for most of my life, I didn't even think I'm a creative person at all. I wanted to document my life so badly, but every time I started filming or picking up a camera, I started to froze and don't know what to film. I felt anxious in public, and honestly, my first videos were horrible. But here's what changed for me. I built a tiny filmmaking setup, which all fits in my 20 euro Uniqlo shoulder bag. Makes filming way easier. This exact same setup helped me to gain from 0 to 600 subscribers in 8 months and even helped me to land my first freelance gig. So today I'm breaking down the exact beginner-friendly camera gear that helped me start filmmaking. So by the end of the video, you will actually know what you should buy and what you can skip in order to help you to create more and not less. Let's start off with the camera. So the camera that I'm shooting on all the time as my main camera is the Sony a7 Mark II. This camera, I'm in love with this. I chose this one particularly over the Sony FX3, firstly because of the price point. It has essentially the same sensor as the FX3, minus it doesn't have the dual SD card slot, which is quite helpful if you do a lot of freelance work. I wanted to try out a bit more photography. That's why it was so important for me to also be able to take great pictures while also having beautiful, stunning 4:2 10-bit footage in 4K and a full-frame camera sensor. So if I could only own one single lens as a solo filmmaker, it would be this one. It's a Tamron 17-70 f2.8. It's wide enough for travel vlogs and you can even just handheld the lens itself. It gives you enough range for portraits, and the f2.8 is great for low light situations. And unlike the G Master lenses, it won't destroy your bank account. As for my second lens is the Sony 10-18 f.4. This lens is great for vlogging and it keeps my setup way more minimal because the Tamron 17-70 is a little bit more bulky. And this is if I'm in the city, in a cafe, and just want to have a casual vlog or just establish a scene if I'm at a freelance gig, because as a solo filmmaker you can't really control the environment all the time and sometimes you have to shoot in a cramped space. So that's why I have one which covers the wide focal length and then also this one to get some close-ups and portraits if I need to. The mistake that beginners tend to make is ignoring the importance of audio. If the visuals are not that great, it's forgivable, you know, it's alright. But
if the audio sounds bad,
you won't see me sticking long around here. For that, I use the DJI Mic 2, which has a 32-bit float internal recording system, which I'm currently using right now, which will help me to not clip my audio, which means I can speak as quiet as I want to and as loud as I want to without having clipping in my audio. And also the Rode Shotgun Mic 2, which is always sitting on top of my camera, which is recording backup audio. So this way I ensure to have audio which sounds clean and I can walk away from the camera as much as I need to whilst having backup audio on top of here. Apart from the camera, the lens and the microphone you now have is what settings you should use and shoot on. I shoot on 24 frames per second, which is the industry standard for cinema movies or like just in general cinematic movies, which gives you this natural motion blur, which you can see here. Whereas if you want to have footage which you can slow down in post-production, you can just use 60 frames per second. Next up, I shoot an S-Log with the picture profile 8, and I try to hit my EV at 1.3 to 2.0 all the time to make sure that I always have the right exposure. Well, now let's say you've invested in a camera or just want to have stable footage. What you're going to use as a solo filmmaker is a tripod. And I love this tripod. It's the Sidoi carbon fiber travel tripod, which weighs less than a kilogram, which is super compact. It fits in this 20 euro Uniqlo bag, which is just perfect for travels. And on top of that, I have a PG Vitek quick release plate, which just makes camera swapping so much more simple and life so much easier. For traveling, tight spaces, or if I just want some unique shots, I always use the PG Vitek Mantis Spot Pro. I didn't think that I would use it that much, but I use it like every single day. Even right now, my camera is standing on it. It's just perfect height for me, and it's compact enough and lightweight enough to put always in my jacket or also in my Uniqlo bag. And this is not sponsored by Uniqlo or anything, but this tiny bag setup is just perfect to go to university, to go study in a library or in a cafe, or just for the travels. Now imagine you're somewhere out filming yourself and you don't know if you're framed correctly and if you're centered and if the shot looks like the way it has to look. And for this one, my friends, I got a solution. Most of the cameras now these days have third-party apps, or these apps which let you monitor yourself at the same time, which is a game changer. You don't need to buy an external monitor which costs another €100 or probably more, and add it and then make your full camera lens more bulky. No, you can just connect it like that, make sure you're in frame. You can also adjust the ISO and everything, every single setting that you have to adjust on your phone, and then make sure that it looks good. As for my editing, I edit everything solely on DaVinci. I'm using the MacBook M1 2020, which I bought for €700 back then, which is a steal secondhand, and I think you can buy it for now like for less than €300. So that shouldn't be a reason that you can't really edit. So the biggest mistake beginners make, including myself, is that gear will make them more creative. It won't, but the right gear can make you create more. This setup helped me to stay consistent for 8 months now, learning how to shoot solo and turn filmmaking to a legit part of my life. So I would say start with what you have, learn the basics, and then upgrade when the time is right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me down in the comments below if you have any specific questions, some things that you overheard or still looking for that I would love to answer in the comments down below. And what are you waiting for? Go shoot something now yourself. So see you in the next one. Peace.